Hello. Oh, just ice. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
I have a night medication. That's what I'm calling it. The virus. We're not seeing one. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I can use time. Thank you.
Diana, our first book club book came in. What? We're gonna get rid of you. Right now, I'm reading 3 books at one time. Okay, I so want that. When I was growing up, they used to have those books with the different scenarios. Was it Choose Your Own Adventure or something? I love those books.
I used to love those books. I remember those.
Yes.
They're called Twisted Plots.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna look for those. You know, now I think on Netflix they have a interactive thing.
Really?
Where you have to answer questions and then you get to go on.
That book is really good.
Oh, what? Have you already started?
I started. I'm chapter 6. They're short chapters. I started kind of late.
All right, I'm gonna read Don't Let Her Stay. This is your book.
Carolina. Yes.
This is our book.
She's
This is the 187
Carolina.
book club.
Carolina.
I know.
So you have to get Don't Let Her Stay.
Don't let her stay.
They say it's a unputtable, downable psychological thriller with a breathtaking twist. So it's trying to do a lot. We're gonna see if it's able to do it, or if it's gonna be like a Lifetime movie. I'm not gonna give any spoilers.
Don't ask me. I'll spoil them.
No. All right, everyone. Today is Tuesday. I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, please let me know you are here. If I don't know you're here, then a warrant may be issued for your arrest. We're going to start a jury trial today. So anything that does not work out, you are up for jury trial. In custody, we have Jamal Coleman, Roger Salcedo. Present. Samantha Richards is in custody. Is that correct? Okay. Joseph Harris. Thank you. Amanda Griffin. And custody is Bernardo Huerta, Christopher Davis, Derek Garza, Carlos Salazar. Thank you. Sir, you need to take your hat off. And the custody is Kevin Neuenfeld. Eduardo Guardo. I always have problems with that last name.
Guardo?
Thank you. See, I never know what to do with that J and the UA. The UA together throws me off. Garland Green. Delina Michelle Glass. Marco Tames. Here. Pablo Lozano. And custody is Alba Khalik Alonzi. I think it's Alanezi. I think you're right. Kay Lynn Johnson. Jacob Cortez. In custody is Yolanda Perez, Gilbert Pruitt, Aaron Alvarado, Gore. Jeannie Gore. Montana Callahan is at 11. David McClintock, 11. Marcella Elizondo, Angelina Longoria. And that's 11. Cynthia Cabello. Gennaro Reyna, custody. Mario Aguilar, custody. Rayanna Martinez. Thank you. Anyone who's present and your name was not called? Yes, what is your name? I'm sorry, stand. Carla Rocha. Do you know who your attorney is? Or do you have? All right, have you spoken with your attorney? All right, and do you know your case number, SID number? All right, they're gonna look it up. Just one moment, okay? Anyone else? Yes. How do you spell your last name?
Garda.
Wait, Garza? All right, how do you spell it? G-R-A? Uh-huh. Okay. Do you know who your attorney is or your case number?
John Roberts.
All right, and what's your case or SID number? It should be at the top of the page.
073 CR 3278.
All right. So the first four numbers are?
2073.
All right, we'll have someone talk to you, okay? Yes. First name? Do you know who your attorney is? Have you spoken to him? All right, just give us a moment. And I'm sorry, do you know your SID number or case number? Yes. All right, just give us a moment. Anyone else on this side? Yes, yellow shirt. Desiree what? Do you know your case number or SID number? I'm sorry, 400? Yeah. All right, have you spoken to your attorney? All right, just have a seat. Anyone else on this side? On this side? Yes? Amanda, how do you spell the last name? Do you know your SID number or case number?
1181749.
Do you know who your attorney is?
Yes.
Have you spoken to him?
No, ma'am.
All right, just give us a moment. And yes.
And Griffin.
All right, is she on the docket?
She's on the docket.
All right, so you'll need to take a seat in the front row, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Page 4, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, everyone, you all know the court's rule. Be kind to each other, confer. Do not approach the court if you have not conferred with the state. Anything that is not working out on this day, you'll be going to a jury trial. All right, everyone, please confer. On the people who, do you have the list of the people?
I'm checking on that.
All right, so the people who have not spoken to their attorneys, even if it's pre-indictment, let's see if we can get their attorneys here so they can meet their attorneys.
Amanda Griffin? Yes, ma'am. Brianna Martinez? No.
And for those of you who are here for people on probation, please confer with the probation officer before approaching the court.
Oh, you know what it changed?
That's what one I asked.
Yes.
Sean, thank you. Hello.
First, I have violated your rule. I haven't talked to the prosecution because I don't think they're really involved in this. Miss Richards was in Kerr County on a misdemeanor case there. She's gotten judgment satisfied on that. She's been brought back here
Okay.
on warrant because she wasn't in court one time because she was in jail in Kerr County.
Okay.
She had been arrested from Alpha Home where she was going through rehab.
Okay. Does she have any new cases in this court or
Doesn't
no?
have any new cases. She has very, very old cases. And I'm asking you to reinstate her bond. She
Well,
tells
have
me
you
that
talked
her-
to the state about her old cases? Because if she was in rehab, by all means, let's get her quickly back to her rehab.
I've already talked to the prosecution on the case itself. They've made an offer. She has declined the offer.
All right. Can I see the file on Samantha Richards? And these cases are aggravated robbery. Are these family violence?
They are, that she had the two co-defendants that have already fled, Juan Rotana and Jacqueline Wallace.
All right, where's Miss Richards? Come on down. I do remember Miss Richards. Not in a bad way. I remember her coming to court.
Many times.
Yes, and she came with the 21-year-old. And then CPS got involved. And she got on the straight and narrow and was going through drug rehab.
All true.
And so what is happening with the misdemeanor case that she was out of?
Judgment satisfied, it's over.
So, all right. So in this case, the bondsman wants to get back on the bond. State, are you going to have any objection to the court signing that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And is Alpha Home still accepting her back?
She says she has a bed waiting there, Your Honor.
All right.
I have not personally confirmed that, but have no reason to doubt it.
All right. So they'll put that in the system that the bond is reinstated. Is that for both bonds? You may
Should
want,
be, Your Honor. Both cases are active.
you may want to talk to the bondsman or either check with the clerk, because I only have this one that's 3726B. I don't have the 3725A.
My bond is good on that one.
We're not doubting you. We just don't have paperwork.
Yeah.
That's all.
So did they ever get off your bond on that?
No,
case?
they did not off on me on the second charge. They
Oh.
only off on me on one.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's done.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing we need to do is talk about these cases. So we need to schedule these for a jury trial. So State, do you know which case you're going on first?
I believe they're the same incident, Your Honor, so either one.
All right. How long is this trial going to take?
It'll be relatively quick, Your Honor. There's just a
Okay.
few,
2 to 3.
yeah.
All right.
She- be off incrementally.
All right. Well,
She
Yes.
asks if she can get off the GPS monitor.
Okay.
no, sure. All right. So we're going to bring you back on the 24th because I see this was previously scheduled for jury trial on June 12th. Caroline? Can you put this for a jury trial on July 24th? It's Samantha Richards. All right,
Your
I
Honor,
have that.
would ask if it could be in later August. At this point, I have a murder case scheduled to start testimony on the 31st of July. And candidly, I'm getting ready for that right now.
All right, let's do this. Let's just see where you are on that date. And then if that murder case is actually,
Oh,
Going.
it's actually going. It
well, I mean,
really-
you never know what may happen.
We've already picked a jury,
Which court is this?
226. No, I don't know why.
No, I mean, I have no questions, but it's, well, you never know. Somebody may come in and say, we have no witnesses. Let's just see where we are let's see where we are on the 24th.
24th it is.
And things may change with this case. All right, Caroline, could you, Carolina, could you give them a reset form for jury trial on July 24th?
Yes, Judge.
All right, John, is there any outstanding discovery?
No, Your Honor.
All right, well, we will see you all back then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They're going to give her a reset form.
I'll use it when I get out.
And Ms. Sean, if any of the people for the compliance come in early, I'll take them up.
I was in court every day last week on this murder case.
Oh, my gosh.
And we finished picking the jury at 7:30 at night on Friday.
Oh, what type of case is it? Why did it take so long for jury selection? Is it a capital murder?
No, it's just a big deal.
Okay.
It was at Santa's place over on the east side.
Oh, I didn't know
Shoot
Santa's
out,
place was still open.
4 or 5 shooters. Unfortunately, the only one they ID'd was my client.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll keep an eye out.
So we shall see.
All right. Well, good luck.
it's an interesting self-defense issue.
Yeah. And I always wish everyone good luck.
So what? Oh, yeah, which one is on? Which one's supposed to have? There's only one. That was like 16.
Well, there were 5 shooters, but only one person. Oh, well, maybe thinking of a different one. This is January of 2022. Yeah, it's March. Oh, Santa's place is not far into that.
Definitely.
You got her comments?
When I saw the
Good morning.
security guards come out, 2 of them holding AR-15s, I knew that they were not to do with their first round.
Especially security guards with ARs. Especially security guards with ARs. I know that.
Part of the big turkey leg fiasco.
I don't know.
Okay.
You don't know that. Because I was actually never.
Well, it was, Santa was down. They making more than their share of turkey legs before it came home too long.
I think we told the judges we just for those.
Pablo Lozano. Hello, good morning. All right, so today is the plea deadline date.
Yes, Your Honor, we're being asked to be moved to the jury trial docket.
Okay. So, Mr. Lozano, are you
Yes.
rejecting the state's offer
Yes,
and you're requesting a jury trial?
yes.
How long do y'all expect this trial to last?
Probably a couple days, about a 2-day trial.
All right. All right, we're going to come back on August 7th. All right, and I'll need a acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and you can reset this for August 7th for a jury trial. Who's here on Marco Temes? Ah, back to back. All right, today is your plea deadline date. Are you accepting the state's offer or rejecting it?
And Judge, there was one change. We were just extended a very different offer this morning.
Mhm.
We would request if you could maybe recall us in 2 weeks. That way we could bring in our client to review the last bit of discovery and make a final decision before being moved to the jury trial list.
All right, I'll put you all down for July 25th. That will be your final plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and on this one, if you can recall back for the 25th for plea deadline date. And on that one as well, if you all could file the acknowledgement of discovery. All right, thank you.
That's why I got that. I'm sure the fault.
Oh, Rick. Oh, it was like, okay. Oh, you want one for
All right, thank you. All right, I see that the county is giving free breast exams.
They're getting what, I'm sorry?
Free breast exams. Everybody needs to remember to do that. You know, there was an actress who went on television and she's 42. She says, this is the first breast exam I've ever had.
No way.
Yeah.
Is it the bus that comes in the middle?
No, they're doing it at San Fernando.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That, where I guess where they usually have the health fair, but you have to sign up. Now, so I will, you know what? I'm going to have a break in court so people can get their free breast exams. All right, and I'm Linda Corley, I'm reading.
Did you? No.
She won't drink any other. That one is legit. I'll double check. Does not sound too expensive.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very simple. This is carbon.
I don't buy that, because once it goes into Sunday,
That's true.
you know, the air stays there.
I don't pay it.
Can't stand it. I've always heard. Yeah, but I don't know about bubbles.
We'll teach somebody.
Yeah, okay, I'm ready, I'm gonna teach you.
Well, this says it's a straight.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. If you look at the top search, SodaStream.com.
No, it-
I don't know who they are.
Helpline says that.
It's a little biased.
None of your business.
Thank you. Linda Corley.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm not going to grant it.
I was pretty sure that was the case.
All right.
I mean, you already revoked him.
Yeah, but I wanted to look through it and then I saw that he was revoked and he had a new number one.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, they want it filed, you gotta file it.
Oh, no. I appreciate.
Actually, I told his family, don't get your hopes up. I don't think it's gonna happen, but you don't want to say no.
No, I understand. And I always said that I would never be one of those judges to bring somebody back and then deny it.
Mhm.
It's like, why do that?
Oh, I'm thankful for that because then the family gets the hopes up and
Mhm.
yeah, there's no point in that.
Yeah. So usually if I bring somebody back, unless they say something that is totally
Crazy.
beyond the pale,
Mhm.
I will usually grant it if I have them brought back.
Right,
All right. So I'm going to sign it.
all right.
All
I
right.
can at least mark it off my to-do list.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, so that. You would just need to.
Within reason, sir.
Sure, no problem. That's what I'm doing now. Catching up on the emails that have been sent to me. Oh, and Bashan, I did receive an email about the Henderson facility and the Fight Club. Yes, so they are doing spot checks. We could do a road trip. And I did call the sheriff about the uniforms being dirty and the sheets. So that's checked, that's being taken care of. And so I did notice she came in, a different pregnant lady, and her uniform was actually cleaned. Bashan, I just got an email and you know what it says? Which I don't know who does this, right? For me, whatever a computer system comes with, that's what it comes with. Whatever my car comes with, it comes with. I don't add any extras. So I'm supposed to help facilitate this information to the prosecutors and to the staff. Senate Bill 1893 was passed by the legislature and took effect on June 14, 2023. The bill prohibits the use and installation of TikTok on any governmental devices. So if you have TikTok on any governmental device, you need to remove it. That includes your government listed cell phone, your computers, anything. And you know what ended up happening? Somebody did something on TikTok they probably wasn't supposed to. There are so many things we no longer have because somebody messed it up for everybody. You remember you could go to a gas station and you didn't have to pay first? Now you do. And that's because somebody messed it up.
Remember they had full service?
I love, full service was so great because they would check the oil, clean the, even when you didn't ask, you could just have gone to get your car washed. Yes.
Your dipstick?
And they used to have a mechanic on site at the gas stations. Not anymore. There are so many things that have changed because somebody messed it up for everybody. But yeah, we were getting noticed that a lot of people were doing things on TikTok that should not be done on governmental phone. Yes. Which page is it? Yes. Oh, yeah, tell them. Yeah, tell them we'll be late. Okay. Thank you. What are you approaching on?
Something not on the docket today, but it will be.
Is it a case that's indicted?
No, ma'am.
So what would it be that you're approaching on?
Well, it's actually Prince's motion, but I take her on this point. We may need to see the matters.
Well, I think the court has the plenary jurisdiction. This is one of the three officers who were charged. I think the cases, I assume that all three cases, the one up in your court, the cases that were in the media, the three San Antonio police officers who were charged. One of our client, Officer Alejandro, as a condition of his bond, was ordered not to possess or be around, you know, the typical condition in firearms. His wife, Brittany Alejandro, is a police officer with the city of Castroville, and so is required to have firearms. Mr. Alejandro has given up all of his firearms and moved them out of the house, but she has.
All right, so we'll need to set it for a hearing and your client will need to be here.
Well, we have Mr. Harris has agreed to amend or clarify the conditions. We have an affidavit from his wife and Mr. Harris's.
He needs to be here. All right, so if you all get him here, whatever day you can have him here, and I will hear that motion, just file it and I'll read it and I'll hear it.
Okay, would, if we can get in here tomorrow morning, would that be, I don't know what the court's docket is like.
If it's gonna be tomorrow morning, it has to be exactly at 9.
At 9? Okay, would you be available? Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Yes. Hmm?
Yeah, but the shoes look fantastic.
Oh, hey, everything is going together. Everything's matching.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, he went that way. All right. And Caroline, can you call to have a jury come up at 11:30?
Yes, I did this.
All right, thank you.
Let's go, Judge.
We will see. Well, this person's not going. All right.
Well, me or they?
All right, can I see the file on Carlos Salazar?
You want him up here?
Yes.
Mr. Salazar?
This one. Okay. Wait a minute, is this? Oh, it's this.
Yeah, that.
All right. State defense.
He has a new case, Judge. That's a VR on the case that's about to be dismissed. I discussed that.
So are you all aware of that new case and where it is in the planet?
He hasn't been arrested on it. I told him that it's possible he gets taken to custody right now. We're not gonna talk about it.
It's not, this case is not on our system.
No,
Yeah, it's not on our system.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Salazar. The state is dismissing, we're asking that the court dismiss your case for a missing witness. And state, I'm assuming this is not a child witness since it's criminal trial division?
Come on, Philip, yes.
You know, it's not a child witness that's missing. All right. So they're dismissing this for a missing witness, not because they're saying that the offense wasn't committed. So here's the thing. Whatever brought you here today, you need to change your ways because otherwise you may find yourself back here. You understand? So you need to start going off and living your life, making great choices that don't involve hurting anyone else. Do you understand? How old are you?
43.
43? You are getting so close to the point where you have more of your life behind you than in front of you. I can say that because I'm in the twilight of my life, unless I'm planning on living past 100. Yeah. And if the bad news is, I don't think I'm going to live past, 120, but I'll claim whatever is meant for me. But if we all live to be 120, you know what they would do? The retirement age would go up to probably 100. So do better, okay? All right, good luck to you. It's still gonna be a hot one today.
105.
I saw one of the maintenance people were working in the people with housekeeping working in the garage early this morning. People should make people's job easier. He was picking up trash. Can people not put the trash in the trash can? It's right next to the elevator. How hard is that? And my beautiful grass is starting to get a brown tinge to it. So I'm gonna have to check what the rules are about watering. I think that on certain days, right? Once a week. See, to me, if it's once a week, you should be able to pick whatever day and just honor system, you do it once a week. But I think now you have certain days. Is that right?
Yeah, I think they let you have water every day. You have to have water.
Oh,
You have to be out there.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have hand water.
Just be like.
And people were asking me, why didn't I get sprinklers? And the reason why I didn't get sprinklers, one, they started nickel and diming you when they build in the house. But every time I would see somebody, their sprinkler system were messed up because somebody ran over it or it wasn't put in, then you have to dig up the line. And then I learned in San Antonio, there were water restrictions. What good is it having a sprinkler system if you have a water restriction? You can't turn them on.
Businesses, and they always have their water sprinklers broken and the water's all over the street.
Yes. I wonder if they get fined. I had to represent my neighbor once for violating water restriction because they didn't know it was on. And I go down to municipal court. So I'm arguing because my argument was, are they still gonna have to pay their water bill then? And so they finally reduced it to $15, and I was still trying to get it lower than that. And they were saying, Stephanie, if she doesn't pay that, she's not even paying court costs. And I'm like, okay, I'll let her go. So it ended up being $15 and some change.
Sure.
Up and they're having a blood drive today off of Provence Street. They will give you a t-shirt and you get a gift card.
That's person out there waiting.
Bench, does your purse have a key?
Yes.
Very common thing on your purse.
What does it open?
And it says that- Is it a fossil?
Yes, it is. It's a fossil from Mom. You know, my teacher in high school, Mr. Reed, he said, everybody should have 3 outfits. And he said, if you had 3 outfits total, you would always know what you would wear. And he said you should have women, you should have a dress for summer, spring, and winter. He said that way you won't be looking in your closet, oh, what I'm going to wear today. It's like, it's spring, that's what you're wearing. It's winter, that's what you're wearing. And he told the guys in our class, 3 suits, that's it.
Did we have a hard stop today? Or
Yes, we are.
There was a hard stop.
We're going to do a hard stop at 12 so that everybody can get their lunch.
We're gonna stop. Everybody. There downstairs, they go back. I don't know who's gonna do it. We have our own inboard here. Best of us rules. Office hiding. They all need honestly. Judge, can we approach on an off docket?
Sure, do you have the file? Is it indicted?
It's indicted.
All right, if you all get the file and then I can see. Sure.
Did you have an audience in Puerto Rico?
Okay.
I don't know if his mom said. There was one time.
All right, everyone, the jury's coming up at 11:30. And what is happening with Mr. Cox's case? Does anyone know? What is happening with Mr. Cox's case? Does anyone know?
Saw him. And he was gone before I could.
Okay, all right. Who's here on Roger Salcedo?
I am not.
All right. All right, what's happening with this case?
Your Honor, we were here getting ready to announce ready. However, we received a Brady notice today from the state. We're filing a motion for continuance in order to have an opportunity to review that Brady notice and compare it to the previous statement given by the complaining witness.
All right, what Brady notice is this?
The judge, so in this case, the officers never spoke with the complaining witness. After he had recovered from the hospital, we did bring him in to talk with him. And a lot of what he said is stuff that the defense did not have access to because no one ever asked him these questions.
Mhm.
And so we wrote up a memo. We met on Thursday, we wrote up a memo and sent it to defense on Friday. Very shortly after the interview pretty much concluded.
And for the court's information, Your Honor, it was sent to an email address that I no longer have, so I did not receive it till this morning when I looked in the state's file.
All right. I'll see you all back here at 11:30.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
You're welcome. This is coming back at 11:30. Angel Gonzalez.
Hello.
Yes.
Just to let you know, I may need to let you know some things ex parte as well. So,
Okay, so why are we here?
So it's set on the trial docket, I think, August 8th. And defense counsel and I were talking this morning, and it sounds like there's some items that there
yeah,
may be discoveries.
so there, before I left on vacation, we had been corresponding. And then I verified this morning, since I was here and saw Brittany, I was like, okay, here's what I definitely need. One of the things that I do need that I haven't received yet, and I think I'll need some time to review, are jail calls between my client and his family members, because I believe, and I've explained to Brittany, that I think that there are family members of the decedent that are talking to her office and saying different things than what they're saying. Talking.
All right, so here's my question. Have you been on this case since May 2022? Were you always on this case?
Yes.
All right, so I don't understand. I can understand jail calls, but I don't understand what other new discovery, because this case is a year, been on this docket for a year, and we've been doing discovery since May of 2022.
I still need decedent's pin packet that I requested, and also I've requested any offense reports in state, because, that the state can get with regard to any sort of violent crimes that he had committed previously.
All right, y'all are scheduled for jury trial August 8th with the pin packet. State, if you don't have it in your possession, if you just pick up the phone and call the prison, they'll get it to you.
Mhm.
With regards to jail calls, people just have to listen to jail calls, because jail calls are going to go on from now until whenever, with people calling people at the jail. So y'all are set for August 8th.
Okay, well, I'll get that quickly, and then I don't know what other
Okay.
issue there.
All right, and you said you had an ex parte matter?
Yes,
All
and
right.
that was related to this case.
I know you probably read these. Stress free. Yeah.
Judge, I'm just mentioning to that we have a small piece on case at 12 F.
Yeah.
You may have a. If you're gonna file it. Judge, may we have that?
Yes. Mhm. Okay, oh, you need to pull the file. Mhm. All right, Eduardo Guardo. All right, and I'm assuming this case does not involve a child?
No, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Guardo, the state has filed a dismissal in your case. It appears that the complaining witness is waiving prosecution and does not want to go for it. All right, so let's stop with the,
Sorry.
and let me just tell you why. Because one, the only reason why it appears this case isn't going forward is because the complaining witness does not want to be here. You yourself know whether you did something wrong or not, but obviously there is something that happened. That's why this case is here. So whatever it is that happened, you need to change your ways and do things differently. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sure. When would you like to set this?
The next week work?
Sure, that's fine. So I will tell you, probation. Have you spoken with him about Adolf Lopez?
I'm not.
All right, so, Ms. John, if you can come forward. This is a case where he's already on probation. And there was a question of whether or not it should be state ISF cognitive track. But I think from reading the supplemental report that I received, there is a mental health issue where he may not be competent. So if you want to set it for next week, we'll put it on the docket for next week. It will have to be on a Thursday.
That works, Your Honor.
All right. So will you have a chance to speak to him before then, or you just want to speak?
I should be able to.
All right. And then if something needs to be filed, then,
Absolutely.
all right. Oh, is this your copy?
That is.
Okay, yes. it's got that. And if you can get with Caroline and she'll put it on the docket for Thursday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Del Bosque. All right, so counsel on this one, because it's been scheduled to go to impact. But it says impact June, let me find the date. Okay, you guys are very close. You know, COVID is back upon us. Yeah.
Sorry, I just followed suit.
Yeah, no, Karen.
And COVID is back, is back.
It is.
My husband's boss's father just passed away last week.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'll let mom know. All right. So counsel, you have medical appointment.
I have some medical appointments and they want to run some testing on me and I'm supposed to be stress-free.
All right, when are these medical appointments set?
Next week, next couple of weeks. They're gonna put a monitor on me and check.
Okay, so what date? I'm trying to figure out what date next week.
I think Tuesday, I've got to go in for a checkup, then they're gonna go back in like Thursday or Friday for the monitor. And then follow up in a couple of weeks for the results and stuff. Plus, I don't know whether they're gonna want to do any kind of exploratory on me based on what the monitors are.
All right, and when is Del Bosque set?
It's set a week from today.
Today,
What about the
25th.
August 8th? Would that work?
We
Would that be
do
too
like,
close?
yeah, can we do like maybe mid-August?
All right, Caroline, can you, Carolina.
Yeah.
Can you tell me when this case is set? It's 2021 CR 10255.
It's September 25th.
Okay.
as I was talking about, like a couple days before.
The date wasn't in here because I see this had been sent to Impact. So you're not going to be available on the 25th.
Right, ma'am, yes.
All right, and that week you have your tests.
Right,
All right, so what I'm going to do, and are you able to get in touch with your client?
yeah,
Is he in custody or not?
no, he's on bond.
All right, I'm going to recall this for. I'm going to recall this for August 8th, and that's to see where we are.
All right, thank you, Judge.
And you'll need to let your client know.
I will let her know, and I appreciate it, Judge.
You're welcome.
And,
Both freaked me out.
and Judge, are you notating that it's not, it's gonna be a status on?
Oh, I'm putting it down as jury trial, but we'll see where we are.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, all
okay.
right.
But on that date, if councils, on that date, if August 8th is not good for somebody, you all have to file a motion for
All right,
continuance.
will
Okay,
do.
thank you.
All right.
All right, Carolyn. On this one, I keep saying, C squared. On that one, that's being recalled for August 8th. And the defense said he'll let his client know that he doesn't have to appear on the previous date. And on that one, can you make sure there's another docket sheet in there? Because I ran out of room. All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just in charge.
There's two tracks, so there's like the cognitive and substance. You just, you can continue on positions. And I would say, like, I don't know if you saw the note about it looking up just the basin. I think that's like if you really just use the even that I just. I'd also be able to do that, but I would put that and not be asking for I send. It would be a second shot at damnation, which I'm all in favor of.
Oh, this is what we're reading. This is our book club book. Don't let her stay.
Is that like a murder mystery?
Well, let me just tell you what it is. It's an unputdownable psychological thriller with a breathtaking twist. That's what it is. Now, can this book satisfy all of that? I don't know. We're going to find out.
Judge, Bashan just yelled at me.
Why is Bashan yelling at me? Oh, I just haven't started yet. I'm gonna start today. Oh,
Right?
no. Oh, before everybody got their book. That's not right.
Pages a chapter.
I never thought I would have to put rules down for a book club, but I see now I'm gonna have to.
Judge, I have the letter on Mr. Gord. I'll give it to your staff or give it.
Yes, if you'll give it to them.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, but you had.
No,
your
no,
hands.
I was a loose string.
Charles, I knew you would have that letter.
Yes.
Oh, I thought of you the other day, Judge. I heard the song I remember you were talking one day before about Harry the Hippie, and I heard it on the radio, and I was thinking it.
Yes. I mean, isn't that,
I hadn't heard that forever.
and you know, back in the day, songs had life lessons in them. That's why I always tell people, you can't help somebody if they want to be on the ground.
That's so, yeah, but I probably hadn't heard that song since I was maybe a kid, at
Yes.
least, like since I was in junior high school.
That song and one song that almost brings tears to my eyes is Patches. Isn't that the sad song?
That is one of the saddest songs
It
ever.
is.
And there's another song that's kind of like, and I think it's like Dolly Parton called Coat of Many Colors.
Yes. All right, that's sad. And you know what else is sad? That Ben is sad. And so is,
We'll all be crying here in a minute.
oh, so is Sadie. And you know, Charles Bunk is one of the few people I know who knows all the songs, and he can tell you who wrote it everything. I know he knows Harry Hippie.
Sure, I never heard that song in a while.
I just heard it the other day. I was
Where?
telling her on the radio,
Did you hear that?
on the radio of all places.
So is he on the docket today?
Yes.
All right, if you have them pull the file.
Okay.
I'm confirmed with Ms. Mitchell. Like I said yesterday, they're giving me, I gave them some more discovery today.
Mhm.
If I'd like to come back, whatever, a day after. What's the letter says August 7th.
18.
18th.
Family violence. Oh, and Charles, I'm doing a behind the line because you know COVID is back.
Is it?
Yes.
I hadn't heard that. Where'd it go?
Oh, there are a couple of people who have gotten major COVID now.
I didn't know that.
I was telling Judge, my husband's boss's father passed away last week.
Huh?
All right, so he did bring that his client is employed and he's on a probationary period. So state, would you have any objection? Because I understand that the defense gave you new information.
He did.
Do you have any objections to moving this to August 20? Well, he's on the Tuesday, moving this to August 22nd.
No objection on it.
Mr. Blanc, are you going to be in town or are you going to be in Hawaii?
Be back from there. The 22nd,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be here.
All right, so
Sadly.
so we'll come back on the 22nd if you'll let your client know.
I certainly will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And then let's talk.
Okay. Talking to the family on granted rights.
Oh, excellent. You called me again last night.
All right. Hey, okay. All right, we're gonna come back on August 22nd on that one. And Charles, we have a 187th District Court Book Club.
Really?
This is our first book.
Don't let her stay, okay? Is it good?
Well, it's an
Can I
unputtable
take a
down.
picture of it?
Yes,
So I
it's an
can read it?
unputtable downable psychological thriller with a breathtaking twist.
I'll read it this weekend.
Bo is probably going to read this book, even though he's no longer with us.
That you will.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day. Oh, Kathy Compton is still here. And Carolina, could you see where these attorneys are? Because they're up for jury trials.
Yes, Judge, I'm.
All right, thank you so much. And my email is now down. All right, could I see the parties on Kaylin Johnson? And probation, this is an application. All right, Louis, you've taken over Bobby Gibbia's thing of the coffee cup that's small, but it is never empty.
Oh, no. Bobby took over my thing.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna tell him that. He acted like he invented that.
Oh, no. I've got witnesses, Judge. I've got receipts.
I mean, the coffee cup is this big and it's never empty. I'm like, all right, court is going to call 2023 CR 3852. State of Texas versus Kayleen Johnson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense?
Louis Martinez on behalf of Ms. Johnson.
And are you Miss Kayleen Johnson?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Judge, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Johnson, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did
Yes.
you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you the true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge. There's a minor clerical error in the indictment in the second judgment. It's the Bexar County judgment. The cause number in the indictment is 9696647. And the cause number should read 969447, I believe, Judge. And that's the judgment is in the paperwork there. I just wanted to clear that out.
And Judge, I've got no objection to any kind of
All right, let me see.
clearing up of typos.
All right, Ms. Johnson, do you understand that's a substantive change to the indictment?
Just what he was just speaking.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes,
All right.
ma'am. Your Honor.
No problem. Don't be nervous. All right. Did you understand that your attorney has 10 days to prepare for trial with a substantive change?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, knowing that, do you still wish to continue with this plea?
Yes.
All right. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers. And I'm sorry, so the record is clear. The prior judgment will reflect a correction in the indictment, and the prior judgment will read that it's from County Court. I'm sorry, County Court cause number 969447. Okay. Showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated, third or more, as a third-degree felony? Range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, sure.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, sure.
Ms. Johnson, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution to Claudia Ortega and Vania, VANNIA, Marique, MARRIQUE, the DWI panel, DWI education, and 2 years driver's license suspension. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Did you understand?
Yes. Your Honor.
And did you also understand that because this is a DWI third, the court could order 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition?
Yes.
All right. And what I can tell you, usually in this court, because of health issues that occur at the jail, I usually give people a choice. One, you can do your 10 days flat at the jail, or either you can do GPS for 20 days. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Then to the offense, as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence
Your Honor, I submit State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
And that's without objection, Judge.
showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Judge, we don't have PSI.
All right. Can I have a PSI date? And probation, this will be a PSI and a TAP evaluation. And see if they do a referral to felony drug court, just see if they have room.
Judge, yes, I did would be September 12th.
All right, we'll be back on September 12th. All right, and while we're waiting your PSI, waiting for sentencing, if you're not doing sober meetings, you need to be doing those, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And she has said she's doing her AA meetings. She did go through at her expense inpatient treatment program up front and then follow that up with sober living. And so she's doing her AA right now.
Okay, awesome. All right, so we will see you back then.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and they'll give you a reset form, then you're excused. Who's here? Bernardo Huerta?
I'm here for Mr. West.
All right, if you'll come down. All right, and probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2022 CR 6940, State of Texas versus Bernardo Huerta. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Kathy Compton for Mr. Huerta.
And are you Mr. Huerta?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Huerta, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're going with the lesser included offense of robbery, and we are waiving the enhancement paragraph.
Any objection?
No.
Showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the lesser, well, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of robbery. That's a second degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent, was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Huerta, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of robbery. Punishment is to be assessed at 8 years in the prison. There's a $500 fine and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
I did, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours community service restitution, no contact with Abel Ramos or Rowley's at 955 South General McMullen in San Antonio, Texas, 78237. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I'm sorry, to the offense of robbery, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
State any evidence
State offer states Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection.
showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments or review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We're asking to do so, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I would just ask that the court follow our plea bargain agreement. My client's been in custody for a very long time. We've negotiated for a very long time, and I believe that this is in his best interest. He's recently a first-time grandfather, and I have seen a huge change in his demeanor, and just, I think his outlook has changed very much. So I would ask just that you follow the plea bargain, Judge.
Okay. And what auto parts were you taking from O'Reilly's?
Some headlights.
And how much are headlights?
They were like, I think they were $50 or something like that. I'm not too sure, y'all.
So, and how long have you been at the jail?
15 months. Yeah.
So you spent 15 months at the Bexar County Jail, over $50.
I'm not proud to say, but yes, y'all.
So why didn't you just pay for the lights? And I'm sure if you would have just returned them, they probably would have said, okay, and moved on to something else. Why didn't you just return it?
They weren't no longer in my possession, Your Honor, when they found them. So it was really,
But why do people have to chase you down to give back their property? That's the number one thing that people are taught in school. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. And how old are you?
I'm 35 now, Your Honor.
So you should have known that.
Yes, Your Honor.
It shouldn't take a grandchild to make you realize that you shouldn't take what doesn't belong to you. And the tattoos you have, what are they about? And are they related to an organization?
No, no. I only got, while I was in prison, I got associated because of tattoos I got before I went to prison. Now.
No, I understand. The reason why I ask sometimes about tattoos, I'm just interested in tattoos. I always want to know about people's life because that tells me some things and help me make conditions for you. But the other reason why I'm always interested in tattoos, because some tattoos are related to different organizations.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So do you have any employment prospects? What are you going to do when you're released?
Yes, ma'am. I have my own lawnmower service. I do lawns, and my sister, since that's not working out right now too well because I'm locked up, my sister has her own construction business, and she's waiting for me to get out to employ me.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are their ages?
15 and 16, Your Honor.
15 and 16, and you have a grandchild?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who is the
My
mother?
daughter, Your Honor.
The 16-year-old?
No, I'm sorry, she's 16 now, and he's 17.
So your daughter has
A
a
baby.
child with the 17-year-old.
She's a 17-year-old.
All right, so your daughter is now 17 and not 16?
No, my daughter's 16,
Mhm.
and she has the baby
All right, and she has a child with a 17-year-old.
with another child her age. Yes,
All right, how many grandchildren do you have?
just one
Just one, and that's from the 16-year-old.
from the 16-year-old.
And is the grandchild living with you all? Or going to
Yes,
live?
he's in our house, but they have an adult that lives there with them
Okay,
at the time. Yes.
and who is the adult who lives with them? What
It's
is,
my mother.
okay. So your mother is a great grandmother.
Yes, John.
So she's taking care of her grandchildren and now a great
A
grandchild.
great grandchild, but only because of my absence, John. Yes.
Well, no, because
Well, yes.
Children know.
Yes, you're right. John.
and has she graduated from high school?
She's continuing still. Yeah, yes.
All right, I'm going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. Probation will do gang supervision. There's been no contact with any O'Reillys.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think that leaves AutoZone and other places, but no contact with O'Reillys.
Yes, John.
There's going to be 100 hours of community service restitution. That can be waived if he completes parenting classes and probation, whichever parenting classes you think would work with him. So where are your children's, where is their mom?
So another crazy story, Your Honor. She is actually back in the picture now and living there with them as well.
All right, so was Child Protective Services involved?
No, not for my kids.
All right, for her children?
We only have our children.
All
together.
right, okay. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Is there any drug issues with you?
No, yeah.
All right, we'll do regular UAs. Field visits. One time per month. I'm sorry, one time every 3 months. Probation, is there anything else?
Are you mandating that classes or are you saying it's based
Oh, no, I'm mandating them.
on nothing else?
Is there anything else you need from the court, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, I just wanted to clear something up for you, because I think this is where you were kind of got the misinterpretation. I lost my children to the state and my mom adopted them.
Okay.
So that's,
All right, so I'm gonna do no unsupervised contact with minors.
that way you understand that that's why I'm around.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna do no unsupervised contact with minors, and this is what I'm gonna tell you about CPS cases, and your attorney can probably tell you this as well. I don't know what the legal paperwork says about her adoption,
Yes, sir.
but what I do know, if she adopted your children, which means that your rights were terminated and the mother's rights were terminated, I'm sure CPS is not expecting you all to act as babysitters or anything of that nature. You understand?
It's only, well, yes, ma'am, I understand what you,
Okay. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
it sounds like you gave it all to me already, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes,
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, and I think you've been here before, so you know, communication is key. If there is an issue, let probation know. If you feel like probation is not addressing that issue, you can always come back to court and speak with me. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Who's here on Cynthia Cabello? Probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2023 CR 3139, State of Texas versus Cynthia Nicole Cabello. Should I have parties announced for the record for the state
Brittany Mitchell to the state.
defense? All right, and are you Miss Cabello?
Yes.
Am I pronouncing your last name right?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm always, the double L's always throw me off. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have them.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Cabello, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Well, Your Honor, there should also be, we filed a written motion to amend to add account 2, criminal mischief.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Cabello, do you understand that the state is asking that the indictment be amended to add a count 2, which is a criminal mischief count? Did you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that's a substantive change to the indictment?
Yes.
And did you understand your attorney has 10 days to prepare for trial with that substantive change? Knowing that, do you still wish to proceed?
Yes, sir.
And defense, do you still wish to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then the court will sign the motion to amend the indictment. Ms. Cabello, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're being charged with the offense of criminal mischief? $2,500 to $30,000. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, sir.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked? Court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has them.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Cabello, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, sir.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived a right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2, criminal mischief. They're recommending deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution, if any, to Ernest Ramirez. No contact with Ernest Ramirez, his residence or place of employment. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes.
State?
Yes.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years, 200 hours community service restitution, TAP evaluation, follow recommendations of TAP, and a MIC referral. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, sir.
Then to count 2 of the amended indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No problem.
State any evidence?
And are we up for state's exhibit number 1 and all attachments?
No objections. Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, sir.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments. State, has the complainant been contacted?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits wanting attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt. Are we pleading, proceeding with sentencing?
If the court would allow us, yes, please.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, this is her first ever criminal offense. She was going through a very bad time, with mental health breakdown, and she's doing much better. She's compliant on her medications, she's doing very well, Judge, she's working again.
All right. Ms. Cabello, how long had you known Mr. Ramirez?
7 years.
Did you all ever live together?
No, Your Honor.
Do you all have any children together?
No, Your Honor. We had keys to each other's houses and stayed with each other, but never officially lived together. And that was for 5 years.
All right, and how old are you?
39,
And how old is he?
43.
Do you all have any property together?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and do you have a mental health diagnosis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh,
Multiple.
And what is it?
I have multiple. I've got anxiety, major depressive disorder, adjustment disorder, PTSD, personality disorder.
And are you seeing a doctor?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a weekly therapy sessions.
And who is your doctor?
It just changed. His name is Michael, something I'd have to check on my phone.
All right.
She's treating through the UT health system.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. Restitution, if any, to Ernest Ramirez. No contact with Ernest Ramirez or his residence or employment. So if you see him walking down the street, you need to cross the street, go back the other way. You understand? Zero contact. As far as this court is concerned, your relationship is over with him. If you have contact with him, you're looking at potentially going to prison, the state jail facility, for 2 years. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may clarify one
Mhm.
issue in regards to replace of employment. He is an officer with the UT Health Science Center Police Force. She used to be a dispatcher there. She is treating through the UT Health Science Center and has been for like over 10 years, is that right?
Yes.
And her daughter is also treating at the same, through the same.
I mean, she'll allow to be there for treatment, but if it's not her day for treatment, she's not to be there.
I just wanted to clarify that so the court would know that she will be going there for treatment. She doesn't go to the police department or anything like that, but there's no way to tell where he will be on any given day at any given time.
All right. So are you employed or no?
I'm employed now. Yes, ma'am.
All right, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
I work in a pediatrician office,
Doing what?
the front desk.
Oh, see, when I say no employment as a home health care with minors, what I mean by that is, yes, it's okay for you to check them in, but you're not to watch them. You're not to act as a daycare. You're not to be one-on-one with them.
Yes.
So when their parents bring them in, you're just signing them in. You're not giving them shots or anything of that nature. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Are there any drug issues?
No, Your Honor, not at all. It's all prescribed medications.
All right. Probation, we'll still do a TAP evaluation. If they recommend inpatient treatment, we'll start with outpatient treatment
Thank you.
and sober support meetings. And we'll do a MIC referral. 200 hours of community service restitution. She is to continue with mental health treatment through her provider. And the exception to contact with the complainant is only if she has a medical appointment. Since they're both at the same location. But even if you have a medical appointment, I don't see how you would have contact with him.
It happened once where they were both at the same, on the same floor at one of the facilities and they crossed each other. They did not speak.
Okay. Probation, is there anything else she needs? We'll do field visits one time per month for 3 months. And probation, if everything is fine after that, you can do field visits as you see fit. And there'll be regular reporting, of course, by Zoom or in person. And regular UAs. And with the UAs, if you want to do that by a patch, you can. I think the patch is probably going to come up positive depending on what medication she's on.
She's on a number of them.
So just make sure that you give probation all of your prescription medications so they'll know.
Yes, sir.
Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful? All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. So I'm very serious about you having no contact with him outside of if you all accidentally bump into each other when you're have your medical appointments.
Yes, sir.
I understand. Sometimes people get caught up in love. Sometimes you're in a relationship and people are like, I don't want you. And then it's like, okay, let's try this again. I want you now. This relationship is over. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. And this court communication is key. So if there's an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Maybe.
Yes. And probation will go over her conditions. Who's here on Jamal Coleman? All right. Court is calling 2019 CR 11647, State of Texas versus Jamal Trayvon Coleman. Can our parties announce for the record for the state?
Thanks to the state of Texas.
Defense.
Monica Corolla for defense.
And are you Jamal Coleman?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jamal Coleman who was placed on deferred education in 2019 CR 11674 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on November 5th, 2020 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 2 on or about the 7th day of June 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Jamal Trayvon Coleman did then and there fail to submit to a drug test in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. The state will waive and abandon the other allegations.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2? The court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the agreement is, and should Your Honor choose to follow it, is to deny the motion and to alter and amend his conditions of probation to include the ISF dual track, and for him to complete the dual track and continue on probation.
All right, is that the agreement?
It is, Judge.
All right, Mr. Coleman. Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jamal Trevon Coleman.
All right, Mr. Coleman, do you want to go to prison?
I'm not allowed to know.
Then why do you keep coming before me with violations?
I have an issue with drugs.
I mean, I know that, but I've sent you to different places and you're just not doing well. And so I don't know if I can help you or not. I don't know if you want the help. I can put people in whatever class that's available for you. If you have a drug problem, I can put you in a class for drug issues. But if you go there and you sit there and you internalize, but the first thing, some problem comes before you, your answer is, oh, let me use drugs.
May I speak?
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to, I didn't really complete the first program, the safety that you put me in.
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember, but I had a colostomy bag.
Yes, I do remember you.
So I got my colostomy bag removed,
Mhm.
but I didn't stay at the safety facility. They took me to an infirmary unit. And so I've kind of missed the whole entire program. I think I was only in the program for about 2 months,
Mhm.
if that. So I didn't really get a chance to be in the program.
So you had a colostomy bag and again, you're using drugs.
Yes, ma'am.
That doesn't work well for anybody's health. And I will tell you, I have some friends who previously were addicted to drugs and now they've been clean and sober for about 30 years. And they will all tell me, Stephanie, I can no longer abuse my body because I abused it so much. So guess what? They don't do ice cream. They don't do any of that. They're always working out, fruits, vegetables, their proteins. That's it, because they put their body through the ringer. And how old are you?
I'm 26.
You put in your body through the ringer. And I will tell you, meth not only affects the mental health part of it, but it affects your heart, it affects your liver, it affects everything else. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation. I'm sorry, do you have any gang affiliation?
I did when I was younger, not currently.
And what was that?
Blood.
He's saying that he's not a gang member anymore. I don't think felony drug court will accept him because I had put on here at one time, refer back to felony drug court, and they said no. Am I correct?
That is correct. I believe they will not accept him back.
And will ISF accept him with his gang affiliation?
We'll have to do an evaluation.
All right. I'll deny the motion. Alter and amend conditions to include ISF dual track. If he's not accepted by ISF, then it's going to be safety.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
Am I going to see you back again here for this nonsense?
Doubt it. No, ma'am.
Do you have the tools you need to not use?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have a support system at home?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's your support system?
Grandmother, my mother, my father, my elderly grandparents.
All right, so you need to stop disappointing them because I'm sure each time you use, your mom's heart breaks, your grandparents' hearts break, your dad heart probably breaks. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody wants to, because you never know if the last time you use is the last time you use. Nobody wants to be called to have to identify your body because you're the person on the news who's on the street and they'll just say drug overdose and then they'll go on to the next person. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Yeah.
What's that?
Goodbye.
Yolanda Perez. Delina Michelle Glass.
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, we're actually calling the jury panel back at 1:30.
Okay.
So that's when we'll be back.
Okay.
You're welcome. Everyone, the court is taking its break exactly at 12. Yes. Okay, sure. Just let me know when you're ready. Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was going on.
I think this is one that's but it is from the trial. But we're gonna recall that on. We'll recall it on the 24th. And you've seen the custody. Deputy Laura, you all can send back Christopher Davis and let him know he's gonna come back on the 24th. His attorney has a vacation left on file. All right, thank you. Who's here on Kevin Newingfield?
I'm here, Your Honor. He's in custody. So he has a new drug case that I'm newly appointed to. It's indicted, but I just got appointed Friday.
Okay, but he has some other cases and his attorney is Jackson Lindsay. So
And I'm in
there's-
communication with Jackson because I said, hey, what's going on? And he's in Del Rio Federal Court this morning.
Mhm.
I just don't know if I can get them all done today, especially since I just got appointed on the drug case. He's in jail.
All right, on Newingfield, we're recalling that back on Thursday at 9 a.m.
Okay,
So that will be the 20th.
okay, thank you, Judge.
I don't know what to do.
All right, so Newingfield will come back on July 20th. Yes. Mhm. All right, could I see that file? Okay. And when is he going to be back? Okay. I'll put this down for the, let me look at this calendar. Recall this for the 24th. All right, thank you. All right, and then on this case, can you make sure that there is a request for defendant to be brought from Medina County?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Judge, may I approach?
Just one moment.
Sure.
Yes.
Is it possible to bring him on the 27th? Next Thursday?
No,
Okay.
because it'll have to be the 24th. I'm sorry, we were recalling it on the 20th, correct?
Right.
Yeah. The latest I can do will be the 24th.
That's a Monday. That's.
Okay, so keep it on the.
Well, you know
20th.
what? Actually, let me text Jackson and make if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, no, I understand, but I want to make sure that that attorney is here so we can see where we are. Because at least he'll get a chance to confer with the state.
We live on city downtown.
All right. So Harris, what is this?
Morning, Judge. I wasn't sure whether, what I wanted to approach
Mhm.
going on my motion for continuance. So I don't know whether the court wants to do it this afternoon, or want to do it
Oh,
now.
no. So why is there a continuance request?
Why the continuance request? Several reasons, Judge. I'm not ready to try the case. In the, I don't know if the court recalls, a week ago, it was Johnson Yost. And I was unimpressed. I was in try that case. So a lot of my time was devoted towards that case. If you look at it, Judge, there's even when we finally agreed to plea that case, there were 2 notebooks of discovery on the plea, plus other items. I got bogged down in that case, and there were some loose ends that I needed to resolve on. This case, Jonathan Yost's case, probably would have taken about at least 2 to 3 weeks to try from start to finish. In addition, Judge, in this case, I feel that there is an issue with discovery.
All right, okay, just give me a moment on this and I'll take this up in a moment. All right, on Neuenfeld. Nunfelt?
Oh, yes, I'm waiting to hear back from this. Oh, wait. Oh, Mr. Lindsay said no preference, so I'll leave it up to the court.
All right, so we're gonna come back on July 20th because he's already been told that date.
Okay, okay.
All right. And State, can you all make sure that Miss Efron has the discovery on the drug case?
On the new bills?
Yes, so.
Yeah. And I.
Switch it down. So. Yeah, just checking. That's all I need to know. I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Did y'all bring them up? I do. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're just checking.
Who's here on Raina Martinez?
Just trying to help them out.
Yes. All right, today is the plea deadline date.
You're still conferring, Your Honor.
No, today is the plea deadline date. What are you all conferring on?
Judge, the defendant also has a county court case, a misdemeanor in county court 12. I was trying to see, Judge, if we could get a short reset so that defense counsel could go to the county court 12 prosecutors and talk to them about their case. We're trying to see if there's a plea offer we can make where, but it might be a plea on the county court case rather than a plea here.
All right, you all coming back on the 20th?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Of this month, Your Honor?
Yes.
Like on Monday?
No, the 20th is Thursday.
Oh, like in 2 days?
Yes. All right, if you give them a reset form for July 20th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. And that's the final plea deadline date. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll give you a reset form.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Angelina Longoria. Oh, I'm sorry. Probation, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready.
All right. So you're on deferred adjudication for burglary of a habitation with the intent to commit assault. Do you understand that?
Yes.
What do you think the range of punishment is for that offense? If you don't know, it's okay that you don't know.
10?
No. Burglary of a habitation, the range of punishment is up to 20 years in prison. So because you're on deferred adjudication in this court, what that means is if a motion to revoke is filed, if I find that everything is true in that motion to revoke, you could potentially be going to prison for 20 years.
Yes,
Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
So you've been having some positive UAs, you've been having some failures to submit, you've been providing prescriptions for things that are unrelated to your positive UA. So if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative. I was already drug tested today, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Bashan, has she
I
been?
didn't drug test her.
Oh, who drug tested you?
I called in and I had to submit this morning.
All right, we're gonna have you do a drug test.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, you're going to stay on the UA hotline. Do not come back here for missing the hotline. Do not come back here for testing positive, because I'm going to notate that we had this conversation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
From here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. First question is, what I'm doing, could it result in me going to prison for 20 years? If the answer is yes, then you shouldn't do it.
Yes, ma'am.
If the answer is maybe, you shouldn't do it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you continue on this vein, at some point in time, you're going to get caught. And when you get caught, if something's presented to me and it's the proper format, I will sign it. And that will be a motion to revoke. And what will end up happening is, wherever you may be, you could be in the middle of grocery shopping. They will take you into custody. I was at Outback one time. I'm sitting there enjoying my meal, and I heard a familiar sound. You know what that sound was?
Yeah.
Handcuffs. I'm like, what's going on here at the Outback? I turned to my right. That guy who was sitting at that table, guess what? He had just ordered his drink, appetizers were on the table. He was getting ready in the middle of picking up his drink. They came over and they put his hand down and that drink hit the table. They arrested him and took him out. Now, the manager came up to me and asked me, who's going to pay for this drink and these appetizers? I'm like, you're going to have to call whatever division arrested him. So when I say that they will arrest you wherever you may be, that means wherever you may be.
Yes, ma'am.
You could be at the HEB, just finished paying for your groceries. Now, if they're nice, they may say, is there anybody you want to call to come pick up these groceries? Otherwise, your groceries will just be left behind. Maybe HEB will store them for you, maybe not. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to get a UA today from probation here today.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you're saying you already called the hotline and they did a UA, but we don't get the results right away. We're going to get this result right away. So is there anything that's going to be in your system? If it is, you need to tell me now.
No, ma'am.
All right. Probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
She will do a UA today. If she's positive, file a motion to revoke.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is she doing sober meetings or anything of that nature?
Are you doing any AA or any meetings at this time?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. All right. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. David McClinton.
Yeah, I'm nervous, Judge.
David McClinton. All right, how are you doing today?
Okay.
All right, how old are you?
60.
All right, so they're saying that you are not providing any proof that you've attempted to enroll in IOP and that you're continuing to test positive for cocaine. All right, you are on deferred adjudication for assault family second offense. Do you know what the range of punishment is for that offense? Yes. So if you don't do your treatment, you're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. Do you understand? So what are you learning from the VA?
I can do the treatment, but it's 3 days a week, 3 hours a day. So it was either that or work. I chose work. But that's kind of fallen by the wayside in the last week or so.
And what do you do?
I was working at Fresh Road, Texas.
Okay.
We package vegetables and fruits for like shipment to HCB and stuff. Like their sauces and stuff like that.
All right, so here's the thing. You need treatment because you're continuing to test positive for cocaine. And if you were drug tested today, are you going to be positive for cocaine? All right, how often are you using?
Once a week, maybe.
Right, and what causes you to use? Is it just you're addicted to it, or there's a problem in your life? Let me use cocaine. Or is there a celebration? Let me use cocaine. Why are you using? Have you figured that out yet?
It's just the people I'm associating with at the moment.
All right, so he's already telling me he's going to be positive for cocaine. Can you see? Let's try two places. Let's try Veterans Treatment Court, and let's try felony drug court. And then while we're waiting for those results, we're going to do the 90 sober meetings for him. If he's not accepted into any of those treatments, then I want him to come back here. Mr. McClinton, I understand that you served. I appreciate your service. And I don't know if there's some issue or when you started using drugs, but we've got to get a handle on this. Otherwise, the last time you use could be the last time you use. Cocaine is not good for the heart. It's not good for the liver. It's not good for any of that. You understand? So probation is going to set up meetings for you with Veterans Treatment Court and felony drug court. Can you call maybe and see if someone from felony Veterans Treatment Court can come over? We're going to see if we can get somebody from Veterans Treatment Court to come and speak to you, okay? All right, and thank you for your honesty, but you're just going to have to try and do better. All right, just have a seat, okay? Montoya Callahan. Hello. All right. All right, so. And could I see someone from the state on this? All right, so Miss Callahan, I understand that when people are on probation, and people don't understand this, right? When you're on probation, you are not allowed to do the things that people who are not on probation do. One of those things is you cannot drink alcohol. That is a zero tolerance, no alcohol. And those are conditions that are legislated. For example, when you're on probation, guess what? You cannot own any weapons. You understand that? Yes. So there are a whole host of things that if you were not on probation, you could do that are legal. But since you're on probation, you're not allowed to do. And one of those is drinking alcohol. Do you understand? Yes. So you are on. You're on deferred adjudication for burglary of a habitation. Do you know what the range of punishment of that offense is?
I think up to 15 years.
No, 20. When people on probation, you should know what you're looking at if you are unsuccessful on it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So your case, the range of punishment is up to 20 years. So what that means is if you're drinking alcohol and you should not be drinking alcohol, which you're not allowed to on probation, I could potentially send you to prison for 20 years. And the question is whether or not that alcohol is potentially worth 20 years to you. So what alcohol did you drink?
I had a glass of wine.
All right. And who is the wine by?
I don't know. I just had it with a friend.
All right. Well, I mean, what type of wine was it?
Merlot.
Is the Merlot worth it? Did you have it with the meal?
No.
Now, I will tell you this. I do know that if you're at the Bexar County Jail or if you're at the prison, they do have a way that they can make alcohol if they want to make it. I don't know if you want that one though.
No.
It involves oranges
Absolutely.
and
not.
waiting till the mold appears on there.
No, ma'am.
So you're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the next issue is because of that, you were placed on GPS.
No, I was placed on GPS due to the absconding before.
Yes.
Back in 2021.
And so there's a request for
For-
removal of GPS. State, do you have any objections to the removal of the GPS?
No, well, no, Your Honor, it's my understanding the violations were for low battery and Wi-Fi issues. Not for.
Probation, do y'all have any objection
It
to?
actually wasn't right now, like low battery right now.
No.
I promise.
No, Your Honor, no.
Okay, so we'll do the removal of the GPS. And then probation. You all are recommending intensive outpatient treatment?
Yes, Your Honor. That's what the TAP recommendation was for intensive outpatient treatment.
Mhm.
From my understanding, Ms. Callahan didn't want to do intensive outpatient treatment, but she didn't have any objection to supportive outpatient treatment. And the officer of record doesn't have any objection for support, starting off with supportive outpatient.
All right, so are you all recommending starting with supportive outpatient
Yes, Your
treatment?
Honor.
All right, so we'll remove GPS, supportive outpatient treatment. And we're gonna do the 90 meetings in 90 days. Probation, is there anything else?
Can you explain the 90 meetings in 90 days to me, please?
Oh, you have to do a meeting every day for 90 days.
Got it. With
And
my probation officer
No,
or with someone else?
it's supportive outpatient treatment. It's sober meetings. Instead of them saying NAAA meetings, they call them sober meetings.
Okay.
So
fine.
that's what you need to do.
Okay.
And hopefully it will become a habit and you will just enjoy being around people and talking about issues.
So I'd have to present myself every day, or is it Zoom?
9 every day.
Got it.
And they have sober meetings throughout the city that are free. You can pick whichever one you want to go to.
Got it. Okay.
They have some that are in the morning, some are in the night, some are midday. They have them throughout the day.
Okay.
All right. Probation, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
All right, so remember what I said. If you're thinking about drinking alcohol, the first thing that should pop into your mind is, do I want to potentially go to prison for 20 years behind alcohol and start making my alcohol at the jail or at the prison with mold? Those are your options.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, just have a seat in probation. We'll go over conditions with you. And just so everyone knows, all the people who are here for compliance, I write down everything that was discussed. Sure. Marcella Alonso. All right, how long have you been at this Oxford Sober Living?
It'll be 11 months and August the 4th, so September the 4th, it will be my year. I've been there 10 months.
All right. And when is your mother going to the assisted living
August the 1st.
Probation.
Yeah, sure.
In regards to this case with her wanting to leave the Oxford sober living because she's saying her mother will no longer be able to take care of the 15-year-old.
Yes, sure.
What type of assistance can still be given to her?
Yes.
Because I don't want her to have a backslide because she's not at Oxford House. And at least Oxford House, it's sober living.
Your Honor, we can amend for IVR hotline and either the supportive outpatient treatment or intensive outpatient treatment.
All right.
We can start there.
So I completed intensive outpatient December.
Okay. Do you have a sponsor?
Yes.
That's a good thing.
I have my sponsor, and then so from work, if I leave work at 6, there are meetings that I can go to off of Blanco that start at 7 throughout the week. I already go to those meetings, so it's easy for me to leave work, go over there, meet my sponsor before a meeting and go home.
All right. And who else would be living in the home with you and the 15-year-old?
Just me and my 15-year-old.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. If you backslide, that's going to be a problem. And let me just tell you what all the problems that can happen if you backslide. Number one, maybe you won't be allowed to live with a 15-year-old anymore. You now know your mom can no longer take care of the 15-year-old.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And because of this charge, you're looking at potentially 2 years in the state jail facility. I'm sorry, not 2 years. It was enhanced to a 3rd degree. So you're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So it appears to me that you know what you need to do to remain clean and sober. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You've got to continue to do that.
Yes.
So your mom's is moving out on August
The 1st.
1st.
Mhm.
And are you helping her with her move or?
No.
Probation? So in this case, is there any way we can get an update from Oxford House?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. Are you employed?
Yes.
All right, what are your work hours?
Anywhere from 8 to 6.
Is that
Monday
every
through
day?
Friday, and then Saturdays, if I work on a Saturday, which is not all the time, it's from 9 to 2.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Do you have a lunch break?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to reschedule you for July 24th, but you can appear by Zoom. Are you able to do Zoom?
Yes.
All right, we'll have you appear by Zoom. That'll give me a chance and probation a chance to check with Oxford House because I don't want to set you up for failure.
Mhm.
So I'm going to see what we can do,
Okay.
but I am going to let you move with your 15-year-old. I just want some safeguards in place. So you
Okay.
don't have to worry that your 15-year-old is not going to have anybody, but I just want to see what safeguards we can put in place.
Mhm.
So we'll allow you to Zoom in on the 24th.
Okay, and then I mean, I can give you the number to my Oxford, I don't have it on me, but like to the direct house that I'm staying in.
Yes.
And then there's a number of women, and Mr. Acevedo has emails from where I was sending my UA, submitting my UAs from other members of the house also, so
Okay.
he has their emails and phone numbers and.
All right. If you can make sure probation gets that. And again, don't worry about your 15-year-old not having any place to stay or not having you. I just want to make sure that there are certain safeguards in place for you.
I understand.
So I'm going to allow that, but we'll have everything set up by the 24th so you'll know what to do. And I'm writing in here that you may appear by Zoom.
Okay,
Okay,
I have another request, Joe.
sure.
So I have a storage unit up in Everett, Washington,
Mhm.
and I mean, I don't have the funds right now. But I mean, I've been doing research on finding, moving like nationwide. So if I can get funds, can I get permission to go and pack up my storage unit so it can get transferred down here?
All right, so here's the thing. I always tell people, we don't cross bridges till they're built.
Okay,
So once you get that information, then the court will strongly consider it, okay?
okay,
And whether or not I allow you to do that depends on how well you're doing, okay?
okay. It's just because I don't know. Well, okay, we'll just.
Yeah,
come
just,
back.
just
I'll
figure
just
out,
do my research. on
yes,
it.
do your research, figure out what the plan is.
Okay,
Don't have them on storage wars selling your stuff.
no, I know.
Have you seen storage wars?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
I don't know why people would put diamonds in a storage unit, but okay. All right, so we'll bring you back on the 24th, but it'll be by Zoom.
Okay,
And probation will provide you with the Zoom link.
yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Amanda Griffith? Yes.
She's my client, Judge May Bradford. She's talking to the social workers from my office.
Okay. Abdul Al Anezi?
Yeah.
All right, come down. All right, where are we on this case?
Judge, I just got appointed.
Yes, I know.
A few minutes ago.
Yes.
Judge, we haven't had a chance to confirm yet.
All right, so I'll let you all confer. And what I'll do is I'll give you all a 30-day reset, and that will be for discovery to make sure you have your discovery information. And then after that will become a plea deadline date. Then after that, potentially a jury trial date.
Sounds good, Judge.
All right, could I have a 30-day reset on Al Anezi? Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Alanis,
Oh,
Alanis,
Al-Nazis?
Alanis,
Al-Lazis?
Al-Anisi,
Al-Anezi?
Anisi.
Alazi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna work on that, I promise.
Judge, August 15th.
Judge, with all due respect, I was appointed to him. Did he hire a lawyer or?
No,
I'll talk to you.
yes. All right, so let me ask you this, does he need an immigration attorney?
We have one on staff, Judge.
Yeah, that's why we're
Yes.
moving it. It's got a high needs case.
All right, and does he have interpreter needs or no?
That's why.
And we'll work on that too, Judge.
All right, and is it Farsi or what is?
Arabic.
Arabic?
Yeah.
Okay. My Arabic is shaky, but one of my friends was Arabic. Well, they're still alive. They're Arabic. They taught me certain things. I don't know a lot of the language.
Well, if they're
Yeah,
available to come in and.
I don't know that one. That's all I know. Okay, see, I know hurry up in every language. All right, so interpreter Arabic. All right, so that's your new court date. Your new court date is going to be on August 15th, and that will be for discovery.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And everyone, the court is taking its break at noon, exactly at noon. Amanda Griffin.
Yes, sir.
All right, what is happening with this case?
Yes, Your Honor, this is the first case setting. I was appointed on this matter 2 weeks ago. Need to sift through the videos, evidence, determine if anything is outstanding and if any pretrial motions are going to be needed to be filed, Judge. So we're requesting a reset for that purpose.
All right, any issues with your client?
My client's okay, Judge. She just had some previous trauma.
Okay.
She's a little bit delicate, but I just advised her that, we're gonna work through her case. We're gonna provide adequate legal services as well as any social services she needs as well in the meantime.
All right, any drug issues needed to be addressed?
No, Judge, I don't.
All right, can I have a 30-day reset for discovery on this case? All right, August 15th.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Maybe
All right.
excuse that for signing the receipt form?
Yes,
Got it. Thank you, Judge.
thank you. All right, this will be back at 1:30. All right, everyone, the court is taking the recess exactly at 12.
Just beat it.
So there are 9 minutes left. Everyone else, you'll have to come back at 1:30.
You're not bringing no more.
No. Gilbert Pruitt. All right, counsel, have you had a chance to confer with the state?
Yes, I have. And this is our first setting. We just got some options and an offer. My client would like some time to think about all those options. So if we could get a reset on it.
All right, sir, how old are you?
42, ma'am.
All right. Can you recall this in 2 weeks for a plea deadline date? And it's Gilbert Pruitt.
Yes, ma'am.
August first.
All right, we'll be back on August 1st. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer.
Thank you, Judge.
Welcome. All right, and could I see the file on Derek Garza?
Oh, yeah, you could continue on here. Come on.
On Derek Garza. Let's recall him for July 20th. He's in custody. Yes. Yes. Herman, thank you so much for coming. John, thanks so much.
I apologize, my judge. I'm actually in and out of the office today.
No. I appreciate your fast, arrival.
Bro.
All right, so the gentleman is in the back. He's in the VA. But he continues to test positive for cocaine. And so his life is just topsy-turvy.
I won't turn it like that.
Yeah. So he's currently on probation, and I'm just wondering if you all, it's for an assault second.
Okay.
But if you could look at him and see what can be done.
How much do you know how much time he has left?
How much time does he have left? We can always extend him. How much time does he have left on probation, Bashan? Yes. It's David McClinton. Mr. McClinton, could you raise your hand? Thank you. All right. And so if you need to make a time.
Let me take a look real quick and then I'll get back to you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so Garza's coming back on the 20th. Yes. All right, and if I could see the file on Yolanda Perez. And on Yolanda Perez, she's on page 5. We'll bring her back on the 20th as well. Could I see the file on Gennaro Reyna? On Gennaro Reyna. Let's recall this for the 20th. And could you have Mac present?
And Judge Defense Attorney is here on.
Oh, where's the defense attorney on Gennaro Reyna? Ah, I didn't see you. Okay, thank you. That's gonna have to come back at 1:30. And then could I see the file on Mario Aguilar? Is the attorney here on Mario Aguilar?
He shouldn't be judged. He said he wouldn't be here till this afternoon.
Okay, all right, we'll have him back at 1:30. Oh, have you already taken Aguilar back?
No, he's still here.
All right, hold him for 1:30. And so the people who are coming back for 1:30 are Garland Green. And we'll see if Delight, and I'm on page 5. We'll see if Glass shows up. Gennaro Reyna, Mario Aguilar. And then I think the only case we have coming back for trial, well, those are up for trial as well, but we have Harris, is that correct?
And Salcedo, I believe,
And Roger Salcedo. What page is Roger Salcedo on? Yes. So, and Roger Salcedo will be back.
Judge, I don't believe I heard you say about Aaron Alvarado. That one's page 6. He's also in custody.
Is it your page 6?
Yes, or no, I'm sorry, it's the number 6 that's on the document. Second.
Oh, Aaron Alvarado. We're gonna bring that back on the 20th. And can I see the file on Alvarado, please? Oh, no, we don't have anything else on the record.
Oh, okay. It was good. Put you on later, thanks. But you want me to stick around for Cornelius, or do you want me?
I'm sorry.
Do you want me to stick around for Cornelius?
Is he here? Yeah, to ask him to be back here at 1:20.
Okay.
Yes, and then I'll talk about that.
Yes.
All right. Oh, yes, I do. So we're gonna take that up.